It's super interesting, like thinking about like the idea of us just being like part of like God's dream, because it seems like to remove then like all the freedom that at least like we think we have. So
Well, I think it's not obvious that that's true.
mm-hmm.
Think about it. Think about it this way. Think about the fictional story analogy. So this is an analogy that a lot of Thomists use as well, even though they're not necessarily endorsing the same kind of idealism as Liebens. Um, think about a storyteller. So um, Shakespeare did not kill Duncan. As far as we know, he didn't kill anyone. Macbeth killed Duncan, and Macbeth chose to kill Duncan of his own free will, right? And he had reasons for making that choice, and he could have chosen otherwise. All that's true as long as we're talking inside the story, right?
Yeah.
We can also say Macbeth killed Duncan because Shakespeare wrote the story that way, right? That's not a question your English teacher will like very much. Your English teacher wants to know what Macbeth's motives were, what was going on psychologically with him. And that's the same as what happens with any kind of explanation that we might give within the created world. It needs to be an explanation in terms of what in the Thomistic tradition are called secondary causes, right? That is created causes, the causes inside the story, and not the first cause, God, that stands the primary cause outside the story. That's just not the right kind of explanation for our free actions. And so it seems like this kind of multi-level picture might open up at least the possibility for a certain kind of reconciliation of strong divine providence with creaturely freedom. This is a really tricky issue, and one that I'm not at all sure about my own position on.
Yeah.
But this kind of broadly Thomistic one is one that I think has a certain amount of plausibility and attractiveness to it.